Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Underrail. And on this episode, we're going to continue where we left off. Now, we just talked to Newton that we saved. We did the quest for Big Brett to capture the cave hoppers and bring them back. I think we named them Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And now, what we need to do is either go talk to Tanner and let him know that we've completed all the tasks that he sent us on, or we can go and see if we can kill those enemies that are waiting down there with that package that we need to deliver. So I think what I'm going to do is actually just go talk to Tanner, because he's going to send us, I think, on the same path as that other one anyways. So let's go to Commons and Cantina. Remember, while you're in town, it's always a good idea to check the vendors, because they could have some pretty cool stuff for you. So let's come down here. Talk to Tanner. Hello, Demiro. I'm done with Brett's quest. Now what? Excellent. I have another task for you. Gorski has led an expedition into the nearby GMS Compound, and he requests that you specifically join them there. Go to the station platform exit and talk to Isai. She can introduce you to how to get to the GMS Compound. Okay, we can do that. After you've completed this task, come and see me. Okay, we got a little bit of experience off of doing that, and so now we're gonna go. Where did he want us to go again? Complete Gorski's cast to return to Tanner. Okay, Gorski. I think he's down in the armory. It's been so long since I've done this quest. If he's not here, he's already in the place that we need to go, but I want to double check, make sure we're headed in the right direction first. Yeah, see, he's already gone. He was hiding down here before, so we're going to go talk to Isi, which I believe is the lower Underrail station, a little further in. Yeah, it might be right here, actually. Yep, there he is. Or she? Can't really tell. It's probably a she. Hi, Demiro. Heading out somewhere? Do you need directions? Yes, I was hoping you could tell me how to get somewhere. Yeah, just somewhere or somewhere in particular. Where are you headed? I need to get to the GMS Compound. Never mind, I just remember I have something else to do first. So we'll do the GMS Compound one. That one's easy. Just exit the station to the north and head straight into the first crossroad. Then turn left and go straight until you come upon an auxiliary road. Keep going straight, follow the road, and it will lead you into an abandoned warehouse block. GMS Compound is in its northwest corner. Thanks. So it's not dumbed down for you basically saying, oh, just go up, take a right, go left, you know, stuff like that. It's actually telling you the directions of the you know, like north, south, east, and west. And you can use your compass in your inventory, where's it at? Right there, to give you an idea of what direction you're headed and what direction you need to go in. Because I'm familiar with this area, I already know which way I need to go, and it's this way over here. Now, you can always look around down here. I did that the very first time I played, because I was completely lost and had no clue where I was going. So I did look around, but there's not really anything you can do down here, so let's see if we can talk to him. I want to learn some psi abilities. What do you got? I think I have psychokinesis at 25, right? Tell me about force fields. You can focus your mind to project a telekinetic force field that lasts only a little while, but is so strong that it's nearly impenetrable. I can teach you this ability for 100 credits. Okay, let's go with it. Let your training begin then. It can be only one. Okay, so that's it. It just blacks out when I get a new ability. Where's it at? Right here. Place an impenetrable force field on the designated unoccupied location for 2 turns. Unoccupied location, huh? So I guess I can only put it in front of me. I can't put it on me. Action points 10. Psi is 20. Range is 7. Radius is only 1. And cooldown is 12 turns. So I'm not going to be able to use that a whole lot. you know, basically one per combat. I don't know very many combats you can last, you know, more than 12 turns. That would be ridiculous if you're still going on in that. So let's see. We can go ahead and use one of our side boosters real quick, because this is an area right here. In fact, no, I don't need to save it because it's going to save it when I zone. But this is an area that you probably want to save it because you're probably going to do this multiple times. It is kind of difficult at first, the first time you go through it. Let me wait until that's fully done. Should give me one more, 20. There we go. I can zone in. Now, when you come in here, you can go through the whole long spill and talk to all these guys. My thinking behind it is there's some rat hounds over here behind them, and if you can get them to be distracted by the rat hounds while you're fighting these guys, then you're not going to get hit as much. These two guys have weapons, and this guy has a melee weapon. This melee weapon, if he gets on you, that's the end of it. He's going to do so much damage to you that it's just ridiculous. So he's the first guy you want to kill. This guy with the machine gun is probably the second one because he does so much damage. Although this guy right here will charge you in a few minutes after you kill him. And that's just their natural reactions when they... I don't know why he charges you with a gun, but he does, I guess, to distract you from this guy. Which I'll show you here in a minute anyways. But alright, hand over the package. Here's the package, don't shoot. Okay, I guess we could go with that. What package? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have it anymore. Which means you did have it, which means you're the last person who knows where it is, so they're still going to attack you, so that's kind of a stupid response. Why don't you try to take it and fight? Pretty much, there's nothing you can do to get out of this fight. They're going to kill you regardless. If you tell them, here's the package, don't shoot, they take the package from you, find out that it is a false package, and that you're just a dupe, you're the distraction, while the real package is going some other route by somebody else. They kill you because you're the dupe, and you wasted all their time. If you say, what package, they're like, yeah, whatever, we'll kill you and take it off your cold dead body. I don't have it anymore. They don't like the fact that you don't have it anymore. They don't believe you, so they're going to kill you anyways. And if you say, come and take it, well, of course, they're just going to come and take it. So we're going to go with that one because there's really no way to get out of this fight, like I said. I intend to. Of course they do, in dialogue. Ouch. So let's see. I am going to use my punch on this guy to stun him for as long as possible. Have to get a little closer. Oh wow, look how much damage I did on that guy. Let's see, should I do this? I guess we're going to try this. Oh wow, look at all that. Does it take up the whole space? If I use it up here, can he walk inside of it? I don't know how that works. I guess we're going to find out. I'd rather find out on this fight than later on in some of the really, really difficult ones. So we'll see how that works. What about my Neuro Overload? Can I use that? Sure can. Wow. Wow, I'm doing a lot more damage on this fight than I did the first time I played. Of course, I am level 4. I think the first time I came down here I was like level 2. So he has to go around it. And so does he. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. This guy would have to come around it as well. And there's no space for him, so I'm almost tempted to not attack him and just kill this guy. I think that's what I'll do. 26 damage, not bad at all. Ooh, nice, even better. Yeah, don't be discouraged if you're coming in here and you're fighting these guys and you're doing like 8, 9 damage. That's exactly what I was doing the first time I played this guy, so... yeah, you just may have to go out and get a little bit more experience. There's no rush to do this quest, so... Here he comes. No place for Jew. Oh, now there is. Okay, so now I have to kill this guy. Oh yeah, you're dead, punk. You're going down. And you're next. Oh, I didn't do that. I did my attack. Cheater. Now you're dead. And you're next. You just watched your 2 best friends die without breaking a sweat. Now you're next, guy. And I'm going to stun you to boot because I know how annoying that is. When you start fighting robots, you'll know you'll see exactly how frustrating that can be. That's incredibly annoying to have the power, to have the health, to have the energy, and then not be able to use it. So we'll end our turn, and we're going to go ahead and loot these guys up. They can have pretty much any number of things on these people. The first time I killed this guy, he had armor and boots and gloves and a sledgehammer. This time he only has a sledgehammer. It's a steel sledgehammer, melee weapon. Sledgehammers can be a powerful melee weapon in the hands of a strong wielder. Damage 17 to 26 mechanical. Impact speed is very low. Base action points 25 AP. Range is melee. Critical chance 6%. Critical damage bonus 100%. Minimum strength requirement is 8. Now you can use this without that strength requirement, but you're not going to do nearly as much damage as you would with it. So we have 8. So we can use this, and I think we're going to put this on, in fact. Damage increased by 10% for every point strength above 8. So if you can get all the way up to 10, which is the max, I believe, then you can have an extra 20% damage increase when you're using this weapon. On hit, 10% chance to stun the target for 1 turn. That's incredibly nice to have that little chance there. Ignores mechanical damage threshold when attacking organic targets. Still not quite sure what that means, the threshold, but you know, it sounds cool, so we're definitely in favor of it. The one thing that we're not in favor of is the weight. 23 friggin' pounds. That is incredibly heavy. Far heavier than any other item by far that I've ever picked up. So we're going to take it because we want it, but keep in mind it is incredibly heavy, which probably denotes the reason you need 8 strength to have that weapon. 7.62mm Hawker is a pistol. This is a 7.62mm caliber Hawker type handgun. Damage 10 to 25 mechanical. Impact speed is medium. Base action points 20 AP. Range 10. Optimal 7. Critical chance 7%. Critical damage bonus 100%. Ammo type 7.62mm rounds. Magazine capacity 16. It's loaded right now. 10 out of 16 rounds. They're just standard rounds. Unload all ammo from this weapon. AP 5, so to unload it, it's going to cost you energy if you're doing it during a fight. Durability is 161 out of 300 mechanical, and weight is only 1.75. The durability will dramatically affect the price that you get when selling it to a vendor. So if you have the ability to use your scraps and make them into repair parts or cloth, into fabric repair kits, and you use that on these before you sell them to a vendor, you'll make dramatically more money from doing that. So it's a kind of a neat little way to use your skills to benefit some other things about your character. And then of course you get 25 7.62mm standard rounds. So we'll take all of that. Let's go ahead and look at the bandit corpse here. 5mm Jagger. This is a 5mm caliber Jagger type submachine gun. So that's kind of cool. Damage 6 to 10 mechanical. Impact speed is medium. The impact speed, I'm not quite sure what that does, to be honest. I haven't really seen any enemies, knocked back from an attack, but I guess that's probably what it means. The more impact, probably the more damage is going to do, but I've never seen any actual effects to that, that it actually does that. But base action points is 10 AP, range is 9, optimal 6, critical chance 4%, critical damage bonus 100%. Minimum weapon skill is 25. It's in red because we don't have any weapon skill. All ours is in melee combat. So if you don't have that, you could still use it, I think, but you're not going to get anywhere near the percentages shots that you should be getting. You probably won't hit very often with it, and even if you do hit, you're not going to hit for very much damage. So keep that in mind. Ammo type 5mm rounds, magazine 30, so you reload a lot less often. It's loaded with 25 rounds, so you want to go ahead and unload that. If you're going to sell it, you need to unload it first, because I don't think they'll buy it with ammo in it. Durability is 73 out of 240 mechanical. Weight is only 2.5 pounds. Rathound leather armor, which is 18 mechanical, 7 cold. I think that's basically what we have. And then 5mm standard rounds, 50 of them, so that's kind of nice as well. So we'll take all of that. Before we move on, make sure you guys check the barrels. Let's see. Protectorate propaganda oddity. Bunch of pamphlets of Protectorate propaganda calling on citizens and leaders of Underrail communities to work with them towards integrating into the United Stations, promising safety and easier life. You can study this up to 10 times for 50 points each, so we'll take that. And it was in basically a trash can, so that's kind of they're telling you what the citizens of this area think about that kind of propaganda. Of course, you know, anytime you're lazy or stupid, these guys right here are the ones I was talking about. They usually will attack these guys, and these three right here will actually kill them sometimes before you even zone into the screen. But these guys are alive right now, so let me go ahead and stealth up, and I guess let's kill them. They're not going to do too much damage to me, to be honest. Otherwise I would heal up first. But there's 3 of them, and they can be pretty tough in packs, so I should have put my sledgehammer on. What do I want to do? I guess we'll go ahead and use my neural overload. It's probably going to kill him in one shot. About half. That's better than nothing, I guess. So we'll kill this guy off. Dead. And then I guess we'll wait here because they're going to move up right on top of us anyways. And what I found is if you kill 5 or 6 of these rat hounds in one little area, if you can get them down to, you know, as I say before, a choke point that really limits their numbers and makes it worthless. You know, you're just fighting one at a time, which is preferably to you. And they all die on the same spot. When you go to loot them, there's only going to be 1 corpse there. But there's going to be like 14 items on that 1 corpse. You didn't lose the items from the other corpse. They're just, you know, they're just integrated into one giant one. So keep that in mind. There's no downside to fighting it like that. Let me use my heavy punch. Punch it. Nice. So 1 more turn. Ooh, critical hit on me. So we can go ahead and loot these remains. Again, the heart is 2.5 pounds, biology 25. Yeah, we'll take that. Let's look at this one over here. So one of them may have dropped the heart, the other one may have dropped the rat hound ear, or one of them may have dropped both of these and the other one didn't have anything on it. You won't know, to be honest. A fancy rat hound ear. We have already studied 3 of these, so we can't do any more with them. And then of course another healthy animal heart, 25 biology, 2.5 pounds. So we'll go ahead and end our turn. I guess we're going to go ahead and heal up and use another side booster. Man, we're going through those side boosters really quick. I think I need to hold off on that. So let's go ahead and put on our steel sledgehammer, though we can use that a little bit. In fact, we'll put our stealth back on just in case. Not that it really matters because our stealth sucks. It's pretty low. And that's why they're wiping the floor with us. Or not wiping the floor with us, but at least seeing us all the time when we're trying to sneak and hide. Let's go ahead and use this. See how much damage we can do. Oh, wow, 22? Yeah, I would say that's worth it. Nice. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. Oh, man. What did they just put? It was some kind of like sprinkling. Not sure what that was. Oh man, I'm loving the sledgehammer. Oh, I didn't kill him. It didn't kill him. Ooh, 7 critical hit. Die. Okay, so end our turn. Is there nothing there? Oh, they didn't drop any bodies. You could have shot this exploding barrel as well if you snuck up on them and killed them that way. These rats over here will actually respawn periodically as you play the game, so you're going to see these guys quite a bit. You know, you can use that barrel later on if you didn't get it the first time. The only downside I see to this map, and I'm hoping they change it, is on this other screen there was a train coming through here. And yeah, they do have the area here for the train to go, but then what? It hits a wall? I mean, does it go down into the ground? I mean, it doesn't seem like it really makes that much sense. And I'll show you guys again what that train looks like later on when we go past it. But so you can go up to the right, you can go over here if you really want. I've never actually gone these ways, so I'm not sure what's in those directions. I do want to explore, but at the same time it's kind of dangerous to do so. You can also go down this direction. I think this is open. Yeah. It's not the direction we're heading right now, but I do want to show you guys what the area looks like. Give you a sense of what the map is. So you can go down that way as well. I've never actually gone down that way either, and I'm not saying that I haven't explored, because I have explored quite a bit of this game. I'm just trying to show you guys that the game is that big, that it takes you a long time to go through. So I have gone through this area over here. It's a good idea to put stealth on when going into a new area that you've never been before. That way you can kind of get a glimpse of the area and hopefully not get attacked by anything. As you can see, there's a couple of rat hounds over here. There's actually, I think, like 5 to 7 rat hounds on this map. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough fight for most of you if you're coming here too early. And remember, they do, you know, do a little bit more damage in packs, so keep that in mind. So we use our sledgehammer. Oh, I'm just loving that sledgehammer. Smack him again. Kill him. There's something very satisfying about killing a giant rat with a giant hammer. It's just, it's weird, but yeah, I'm definitely enjoying that. Kill him. Oh, and he's stunned. He's stunned. Oh, I missed. I guess that's what my penance was for stunning him. You know, I get that little miss on him. That sucks. So let's see. I'm going to attack this guy. And I was hoping I'd get a stun on him, but I didn't. So let's go ahead and kill this other guy. Dead. Freaking hammer of Thor right there. That's a... I'm loving this thing. I'm addicted to my sledgehammer. Don't ever break on me, man. This thing should be ultimately durable because it's a sledgehammer. I mean, sledgehammers are incredibly, you know, easy. They're just a giant piece of weight on the top and then a stick. So that should be very easy to maintain. Adrenaline gland component. A skilled biologist could extract small amounts of adrenaline from this gland. Biology 40. So I don't quite have that skill level yet. Let's see. Healthy animal heart. Biology 25. And there's a couple corpses up here. Let me look at something real quick. Psi boosters. Didn't I have the stuff for that? Right there. Do I have the bottles? I think I may have put those away somewhere, didn't I? Okay, so I can't do psi boosters, I guess. What was I trying to do? Extract? Put those on, and organ and animal. Let's see. Biology 25. I can't do that one yet. Was I trying to do processing plants? Yeah, I think this is the one. So I was trying to process this stuff. And I needed biology 15. I don't think I went that high with it, did I? So I actually create unsaturated psionic catalyst, which is right here. And then for psi boosters, I need this and this, which I don't have the skill level for. That's 15, yeah, so I'm going to have to wait on that. What is my skill level? Biology. I guess it's not enough. It says 15, but I guess that's not good enough for him. Because I am kind of running low on my psi boosters. I hate to stop right in the middle of combat and stuff and show you that, but I am running low. I'm only down to 2, and I definitely need, you know, a little bit more for the big fights. I mean, I can use a sledgehammer quite a bit. Let's kill these guys over here. You guys are going down. Get as close as I can before he shows up. Pack hunting. That means they're getting that extra little bonus. Not for long, man. You want to come say hello to my little friend? He's not so little. Smack. I love the sound, too. It really sounds like you're just squishing the crap out of him with this big, heavy, blunt object. It's amazing. Let's see. Animal heart. And rat hound leather, again, 5 pounds for that, but the quality is 14, so I can make some armor out of that. Another animal heart, 2.5 pounds. Wow, I'm going to be overweight pretty soon here, just from those animal hearts, because you see, as many as you pick up, They really do start to add up. Let's see, Omega ID card. We've already gotten 2 out of 10, but we can get the third one. So we got an extra little 50 points of experience on that. Electronic scraps, 2 of them. We'll take that. Another barrel here. Nope, nothing in it. Let's try opening this door. It's locked. Usually when it says it's locked and it doesn't give you a skill level, it means that it requires a key that you're going to have to get later on in the game. This is open. We can come in here. There's absolutely nothing in here to use, but I guess if you got overwhelmed by the rat hounds, you could stand right here by the door, or in the door frame right here, and have them come to you, and you'd get 1 at a time rather than all 3 hitting you at once. So that is a technique you can use. You guys will have to let me know if it worked for you or not. I've done that several times in certain parts of the game, so I know that it does work, but I've never used it there. Mechanical 20. Let's go ahead and pick that lock. Where are my lock picks? I'm blind today. There we go. Pick. Nice. So now we got some boxes. Yeah, electronics. Nothing in that one. So we need to use our... Let me sort this out. So we'll use this because we have actual energy in it. I like the sound of the hacking. That's cool. So what did we get? A micro-electric shock discharger component. Can be used to create special shock bolts to be fired from the crossbow. Required crafting skill electronics 20. You know, on my last playthrough, I actually used the crossbow exclusively, and I never got anything like this. So it kind of sucks that when I could have actually used it, I didn't get it. And now that I'm not playing with the crossbow, that's when I get it. So we can go through this door or this door. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Let's go through this one, which is unlocked, so I guess we can't go through that way. And this is Jack Quicksilver, the guy who gave us this quest in the first place, so let's talk to him. I was just about to leave. I honestly did not expect you should survive. What is the meaning of this? You used me as a decoy? So you can act stupid, or maybe imply maybe you know more than you actually do by not saying you used me as a decoy. Or you can say, I'm very, very angry with you. I'm about to hit you with my giant sledgehammer. Basically is this option right here, which I kind of like. That I did, but it is as I promised. A man was waiting to pay you for your delivery. I never said who the man would be. He hands you some credits. Why did you wait for me if you expected me to die? What will you do now? I'll be going now. So he did kind of tell you the truth. He told you to deliver this package, you'd get some credits. He never said you'd be doing anything important, or that you wouldn't be the decoy. So he did use you, but then of course you were stupid and you never asked questions. So yeah, you kind of got what you deserved on that one. So let's say, why did you wait for me if you expected me to die? I'm a man of my word, DeMiro. I always honor the deal. Okay, so what will you do now? I'll move on to some other place. The trains are out, but there are other ways to travel around, though they are much slower, especially if you don't know all the shortcut. So he smiled. I'm guessing he knows the shortcuts. Continue. Let me know if there's something you'd like to trade before I leave. Let's see. I guess I'll be going now. So will I. I have a feeling we will meet again, DeMiro. I hope we do. Farewell. I kind of wanted to trade with you. There we go. Was there something you wanted to buy before I left? Yeah, show me what you got to barter. So let's see what he has. He's asking for 1 crossbow and 5 special bolts. And the special bolts, what he's asking for is basically these kind of burrow or poison ones, or ones that ignite on flames, things of that sort. They're kind of hard to find, and when you do find them, you kind of don't want to give them away or sell them unless you're making more yourself. So I do have a crossbow we can offer him. See how much he gives us for it. 100 credits plus 15 of these coins. These coins right here are usually worth a lot more than these SGS credits. So 15 plus 100, that's a pretty good price. That's far better than I was expecting he'd give us for anything we had. Of course, this is almost completely perfect condition. It's 231 out of 240, so That's probably why he's giving us such a good tool, or a good price. Now, I already have my Omni tool, so I don't need to buy one from him. We can go with lockpicks, which is nice. And I guess we can buy a few of those if they're not too much. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's see what else he has. I thought this was a face. Stealth increased by 8. Intimidation increased by 5. Cold, 10% resist. So really no downside to wearing that other than probably the price. What about boots? Agility increased by 1. Stealth increased by 3. And of course with an armor penalty of 2. Serrated bolts. So these are the ones that I was talking. These are the special stuff that you can get. Cave hopper leather overcoat. Mechanical 12, heat 18, armor penalty is 10, agility increased by 1, stealth decreased by 10. So apparently you're not very, you know, stealthy with this giant overcoat on. But I think that's what we're going to go with, is just that right there. And we'll go ahead and hit trade. Close that down. Now, the next part of your mission was to go talk to Gorski. And we're just going to look around right here before we go up a little bit. I'm actually going to go ahead and end the episode here. I'm going to run back to town, sell a few of those pieces of armor, maybe make a little bit of cash, heal up while I'm there, and see if maybe I can get us some pretty good items or something like that. And if I find any items for sale, I'll make sure to start the video back up again as well. But yeah, we're a little heavy right now. We need to put some of these hearts away. We need to put you know, some of these giant caprices away, 7.5 pounds a piece, and we have 2 of them. That's adding up. And if I go into my combat, yeah, encumbrances are already there. I'm already 12% encumbered. So some of my stats are being lowered a little bit as far as my movement points and stuff like that, because I am so overweight. So yeah, I definitely need to take into account all of that before we get to our next combat. So let's look around real quick. We can talk to this SGS soldier. They're expecting you inside. Okay, I guess he just opened up the door for me. He's sitting there blocking it the whole time. You could have done your job, which should include, you know, killing giant rats that are right outside your gate. But yeah, you just kind of stood there and watched me do it. Which I guess is nice. Otherwise, I wouldn't have anything to do if you guys were doing your job. But let's see, that's locked. I think this one is just, yeah, mechanical 35. So let's see, can we open that up with our regular lockpicks? Where are they? If I wasn't blind, where are my lockpicks? There they are. And just because it starts doesn't mean you have the skill, but again, you don't lose lockpicks if you don't have this right skill level. So let's use our Mach 2 versions and see if that gives us a little extra benefit or bonus that we need. Nope. What was the skill level in that? 35? Thought I had that actually. Lockpicking. I'm at 28 out of 30. I don't know what's lowering my skill in that. That's driving me nuts. Okay, well, I guess we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. Again, I want to thank you for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, please take a moment and hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it, guys. Also, if you have any questions or comments, tips and tricks that you want to share with the viewers, anything that's frustrating you or you're just trying to figure out for the first time. I know the first time I ran through this game, incredibly complicated, and I'm still learning stuff to this day. So yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, feel free to ask that, and I'll try to answer them the best that I can, or I'll find somebody who has the answer and give it to you that way. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode.